Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of The Cleanup Crew. Before we get started, please take a second to check out all of our opening links, including all of the places you can go and support us and find us and interact with us and our community, including Discord, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, Streamlabs, Redbubble, all those good places. Go and check them all out. Also, check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press, and big announcement today, as of the 1st, we are also sponsored by the Deck of Many. You may have heard about their spell cards and things. Well, now they have animated spell cards as well. Spell cards that cast as you cast them. You'll see our overlay updating with their logo in shortly. But also, we have something else there you should pay attention to. Check out our Twitter tweet there. Go and retweet the tweet. Let your friends know where you're watching. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. This week, let's start with Vicky. Oh, hi, Vicky.
Oh god, me again. Hello everyone! I'm back at home, normal setting, horns are back. Much nicer than hoping and praying at the hotel that the Wi-Fi keeps up. You can find me on cutie_v on Twitter. You will find me here around on Mondays playing Callie the Paladin. And yeah, looking forward to more insanity.
Always more insanity. We can always provide that. Next around the screen, we have Kyle at Chemidos. Oh, hi.
Hi there. Yeah, I am Kamades today, playing as Clary Beef. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Next around, we welcome Fee. Oh, hi, Fee.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, very excited to be here. And yeah, a little bit frightened, but I hope we have fun.
Yeah, I promise you will have fun. Minimum. Last but most certainly not least, the wonderful Jenna. Oh, hi, Jenna.
Hello. I'm Jenna. I'll be playing Armin, our cleric. And you can find me at Aspiring DM on Twitter or littledragonscribbles.com and on Instagram. And yeah, also at home this week, but no Halo. So that'll be next week. I'll remake it. So yeah.
Well, everyone, as we know, we have two new people today to come and join the cleanup crew on a cleaning mission. Clary and Naveed will have been, after accepting this job, they will have been required to wait for the shuttle in the morning. They'll have met a small kobold named Brian, who would escort them to the cleanup crew lodge on his whitewashed car and whitewashed cow, which has kobold and cow written on the side. The journey, it's a little way. It probably takes around an hour or two to get out there. Good old cow journeys, Brian would say, as you go. Yeah, they're not the fastest, but they're very reliable. Very reliable. And as you come over the rise, you see this wooden hunting lodge rising before you. Someone has put a large banner up that says in crude letters, the cleanup crew. Armin and Callie, where do we find you this morning?
What's the possibility of us having gotten a dartboard?
Well, Philip said...
Wait, well, we did get a dartboard.
Philip said okay, as long as he's allowed to do all the math around it.
Yeah,
so
I remember I was setting it up.
I guess we would be standing in front of the dartboard, just waiting for the rest of the team to arrive.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So the dartboard was in the staff room, but you can hear the cart rolling in. Of course, Phil comes to meet you. He says, "Look, no, that's the wrong voice. Hello, Callie, Armin.
Is your voice okay?
Yeah, sorry, I had a hiccup. frog in the throat or something like that. But it's all right now. I've been trying to try this darts thing. I keep throwing the darts though and missing. It's not ideal. We've got two new people coming in today. I've hired them not only because, well, we don't have any work at the minute. There's no cleaning jobs, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to make a supplies run. We have a deal with the gnomes up in Gomegarde. Quite an old deal. So I just need you to go and collect some things, really. Some new supplies. They specialise in tinkering over there, magic items, that sort of thing. So yeah, we did them a big favour a while back.
So you have like a shopping list that we need to get?
You see, it doesn't really work that way with gnomes. You see, you ask them to make you a spatula, and they'll make you a toenail clipper. It's you get what you're given, really. So just go and see what they've come up with this time. We've tried to get them in a general field of looking at cleaning equipment, but they, you know, they do what they want, really. That's their workshop. I can't argue. I get free magic items, so, you know, go and see what they've got.
Okay. I love magic items. They're fun.
Do you, Armin?
Don't do that. Not at the beginning of the game. How evil.
I mean, I'm not saying that there's a few of them available to me.
Started.
Aha, I have my own card. Except I can't use it. Arr. Rod of Resurrection.
Nope. We didn't find that yet.
Nope.
We didn't.
And
Then-
soon, Brian's car is turning into the yard. Hey, Lauren, Over Crazy, thank you so much for that subscription. 3 months, that means you get a new chat badge. Welcome. You get your first diploma. So, the car is riding into the yard, and also, I'll go and set up the overhead projector. I'll do the normal induction, even though this mission should be easier. You know, you go and greet them and everything, and I'll wait in the seminar room. I've decided I'm going to start calling it the seminar room. I think that sounds more official than
I like it.
Trophy room.
Yeah, I like it.
Also, Obo Crazy, you have an advantage to give to a player of your choice. Let us know who. And so, as the cart rolls into the yard, what will Clary and Naveed see as Callie and Armin walk out to meet them?
Well, probably as usual, Callie steps out first. So you see a quite tall but very slim looking tiefling, dark skin, dark horns with golden tips, white hair, has like golden shining freckles, golden eyes, and wears armor that is a bit torn and bumped here and there and a bit too large for her.
And Armin is a little bit shorter than Callie, but has long black hair and also has gold eyes, but she has a bunch of black feathers all in her hair, which is in a ponytail, and she looks very put together and has a feather duster on one end of a spear attached to her back, and on her skirt is like a raven symbol. Yeah.
And Callie would just step outside and wave. And would call over, welcome, and hi, Brian.
Hello! So, we turn the table around to Clary and Naveed. What do Callie and Armin see as you step off of Brian's cart?
Okay, I start. So you see, Naveed is a human in his late 40s. He is very slim. He looks around a little bit. He looks around very nervous, and very nervously waves back. He's dressed with black trousers, brown leather boots. He has a beige linen tunic, and over that, he's dressed with a dark blue vest. And on the back is an embroidered pigeon. And yeah, and very important, he has a very mighty mustache.
Mustache.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and he has a cane with him, and it has very beautiful, intricate carvings of flowers and birds.
Looks perhaps a little smarter than your average cleaner arriving. Nice to meet you, Naveed. How about Clary?
Clary.
Oh, also, sorry, before I interrupt you quickly, Kyle, thank you very much, Obo Crazy. They give their advantage to you, Fee. Advantages works
Thank
just like
you.
inspiration. We roll twice. You can call it at any time. You roll twice, and we take the highest number. Clary.
Clary steps off the cart in his very kind of tatty, bright purple robe that you can see has been hand embroidered very, very poorly with some stars and moon symbology on it. And as he waves at you, he just kind of waves, and then his hand starts crackling with lightning. He just looks at his hand and goes, "This keeps happening this last week. Hello."
Hello.
Oh,
Shake your
hi.
hand, but now I'm a little.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared.
It goes away after a bit, I think. Most of the time. I don't really know what's happening anymore.
Okay.
I put on one of my leather not leather, my cleaning gloves over the big gauntlets on my hand, and I stick out my hand to shake it.
And he just kind of shakes a bit, gets enough of it. The lightning kind of discharges slightly, and then he shakes your hand. Quite, hello.
Hi, I'm Armin.
I'm Clary.
Harry. Nice to meet you. Nice
It-
to meet you, Naveed.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm Naveed. Very nice to meet you.
I
Just-
hope the. What was that?
I just nervously look around and try to just trying to watch out for whatever I'm expecting.
I assume that my rubber glove would stop any static. 'Cause
Yes.
I realized shaking hands with big gauntlets on.
Ooh, that would have
not a
been
good
fun.
thing. So,
Yes, using your rubber gauntlets of ogre strength, you
Wait,
Carry
what? I will write it down. Is that a thing now?
Yeah, well, this is the cleanup crew, everyone. All magical items are likely to have a slight cleaning twist, so the average cleaner doesn't have much use for gauntlets, but rubber gauntlets.
I'm writing it down.
Okay, yeah, carry
I
on.
would just motion everyone, like, get inside, get inside. Philip will tell us in detail what we have to do, and we have refreshments. And she will lean into Naveed and just whisper, "It's just water, don't be disappointed." And we'll just walk towards the room.
Yep, I'm fine with water.
Good morning, everyone. You enter what definitely looks like an old trophy room. There's no two ways about it. It's you know, the hunting lodge wood paneled trophy room. Can't mistake it. However, this one has some slight changes to it. All of the chairs are facing one wall where there is a small magical projector that puts a white square on the wall. And there stands a weedy looking man at the front of the room, wearing noble aligned clothing. It doesn't look like particularly good quality, but it looks like, you know, a poor man's doublet. You know, he's trying his best. Looks like a good old office lad. Broken glasses, standing in front of a table on which there is a large ledger in one corner. 3 pens arranged exactly so on the table, and a chest to the side, where this chest is 3 feet across, 2 feet deep and tall. And as you each come into the room, you see its mouth sort of just part slightly and then close again. Sorry, I meant lid.
As normal, we're
What?
not going anywhere near it.
Callie is giving Toby, as usual, the stink eye. She's still mad, and she's still like,
What?
just
That a
try
bit-
to stay away from Toby. He has all the weapons and armor. If you need anything else, he might be able to provide it.
Toby's all right, really. And Philip makes a big show of leaning across and scritching Toby on the lid.
I lean toward Callie. I go, though I don't really like him, I still really want to make him little boots for his little legs.
I get what you mean, but he really doesn't deserve that.
I know.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've all met each other. There are refreshments on the side table. There are cups of water sitting on the side table. Make yourselves comfortable, and when you're all ready to begin, we'll go through the induction, and I'll let you know what today's task is.
Clary probably just walks over, grabs some of the water, takes a seat, trying to... He's a very large man, and he's trying to be very small right now.
Yeah, Navid goes over and takes a cup of water and just pours it down, breathes out, and takes a seat.
Oh, well, good. You all look settled. He puts a slide on in front of the projector, and you see on the screen, Rekpu Nielk Vet. And he sort of like takes it and like turns it the right way around, puts it back on. Welcome to the cleanup crew. I'm very pleased to have you. It's great to see new faces. Thank you for joining us this week. We provide you armor and weapons. Please make sure that you're always wearing the correct PPE when you are working with us. Toby holds on to all of the PPE equipment. Feel free to help yourself. You will be charged for damages outside of wear and tear, so be aware of that going forwards. Today you are likely to be entering a dungeon, a temple, or other cave, nest, or hive, and as such, you may encounter other adventurers. Now, these other adventurers are likely to perhaps be more experienced, and they can be quite dangerous. They often will see people that they don't recognize and consider them what adventurers like to call encounters. They may be high on mana potions, and really it's best to just avoid them if possible. If you do get seen by other adventurers, it's best to raise your hands, drop any weapons, and say, "I mean you no harm," and hope for the best. Signs that there may be adventurers in your dungeon or other area. The first sign is unlocked doors. Any doors that you encounter that should be locked. You will be provided keys. You may also, and it starts putting slides on the little door with a question mark next to the lock, or maybe a little jar next to it. Other signs could be sprung traps. Picture of a human stuck in a bear trap. If you see a sprung trap, this is a sure sign that there may be adventurers around. Also, dead adventurers. Do not think because you see one dead adventurer that they might not be more in the dungeon. Most adventurers will either have a sort of like drop and collect method where they'll pick up their falling advocates on the way back out of the dungeon, or they might not like each other. And be aware that if you see a dead adventurer, there could well be more in the dungeon beyond. Also be on the lookout for bloodstains, blood trails, discarded limbs. These are all signs that there are active adventurers in the dungeon. Also, look out for discarded and scattered holy symbols. This is often a sign that perhaps an adventurer is losing faith, or perhaps trying to find the right faith. Who knows? But all signs that there are adventurers. Please note that you will be insured for this journey. Should you die, we will get a payout. But you are not insured if you handle magic or cursed items. So touch things at your own risk. To that end, and he taps the large ledger, which looks as though many pages have been ruffled. It doesn't look new by any means. All accidents, incidents, and damages must be recorded to the incident logbook. I think we're nearly up to 8,000 entries, and we might hold a raffle or something when we hit 8,000 to celebrate the occasion. But all entries must be recorded in the logbook, and all items should be recorded and left for collection unless specifically prompted otherwise, i.e. if you are on a collection mission, which this one is not, so it shouldn't be relevant. This is your first adventurer, so have fun, but be careful. And also, I believe Armin and Callie have pamphlets for the Junior Adventurers Union. Bryn started that one. I'm a convert. I wasn't sure about it to begin with, but my wages have gone up since I joined too, so very worthwhile.
I have the email list.
Kelly has the pamphlets that you can read about the Junior Adventure League, which helps and supports you if you're joining on adventure jobs, that you're treated well, paid okay-ish.
Yeah, that's very nice, but I'm already unionized at my actual job.
Okay. It was worth a try.
And that's brilliant. Moonlighting us, that's great. More the merrier. Good work.
I'm just happy to be getting paid.
Yep.
Well, that's how I felt at the beginning, but apparently 4 coppers for a day's work isn't fair. Anyway, today's mission. We need. It's time for us to make a collection from the gnomes at Gomegarde. They have been crafting magical items for us, and we need you to go and collect them. We did a favor for them for some time back, so really it's just going and looking at the things they've created and seeing if any of them might be useful to us.
Shopping episode.
You will escort Brian will take you down, and then you are to escort the goods back. I suppose this is a bit like a mercenary mission, this one, isn't it? It's very exciting. We did them a favor some time back, and they should hold you in good graces if you let them know you're from the crew. Gomegarde is. Go on.
We were just picking up stuff.
And
I know,
escorting them back.
Easy.
That sounds perfect. That doesn't sound dangerous. Or is the way dangerous?
Oh, I mean, define dangerous, really. Trip through the Neverwinter woods, down through the plains, into the mines southeast of Phandalin. Should be fine.
Okay.
Hey, Philip.
Yes, Armin.
Speaking of the Neverwinter woods, something jogged my memory. You know that spider that we encountered a while ago?
the
Oh,
pretty
look at
one
you,
that
already-
changed colors.
Already using adventurer language, I see. Yes, encountered. Love it. Yes.
But you sent the letter to like someone to ask about it because it was in the Neverwinter Woods.
Ah, yes, yes. You're wondering if I got a response, I suppose.
Yes.
Well, I wrote to the druids and the wizards. I got a most impolite notice from the wizards saying that we'd probably imagined it. The druids asked me where it had been spotted and that they would they would send an investigation in that direction. I sent them back an address, but I didn't hear back again. I got a kind of duly noted sort of feel about the whole thing, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Well, thanks for
So that's-
trying.
Yeah, thank you.
Just
Armin's gonna be super
curious,
Spiders,
as
huh?
always. How much do we get for this?
It's about a 3-hour trip down to Gomegarde. You shouldn't be there more than a couple of hours and a 3-hour trip back. So we'll call it 8 hours at 4 gold.
Okay.
Each, that is. Each.
And just 4 gold?
Yes. Doesn't get as much as it used to these days, though, does it? Inflation and all that.
Claire's just deeply excited because he's probably not seen a gold piece in months, years, ever.
Yeah.
So and do we drive there, Philip? Do we walk?
Yes, we've hired Brian for the day. He'll take you down to Gomegarde. You load up his cart with anything that you think will be useful, and bring it back. They should
So
have
we
an
can-
array of things down there, really.
So we can just decide on whatever we can get for free for the cleanup crew. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many items they'll let us have. Usually we only see 1 or 2 items that would be useful. They've got a very sort of, I mean, you know how it is when you get a creator who gets really excited and 1 minute they're making a shield that has fire resistance and you're like, oh, that'd be very, very useful. And then the next minute they're making a knife that, I don't know, a knife that can whisk eggs. It's
Or just a magically blue sword.
yes, just a magically blue sword or a cape that just billows. Very untidy.
I hate them billowing.
Philip, do you have anything that you would really enjoy if we could get it? Anything like wish list?
Are we also
Um,
free to like peruse and purchase our own stuff while we're there?
I would like you to name drop Harry. Since his handler was met their sorry end, he has been quite unruly. We hired a new handler. They said they had experience with gelatinous cubes, but let's just say we got a payout for them after a couple of days. And some very, very clean skeletons.
Well, Harry knows how to clean stuff. At least at the lower part, not above his height.
Oh, maybe we
Okay.
could get him an item that lets him spider climb.
No.
I
You honest no. I'm with Armin on that. It's tricky
there'd
enough
be
to
no-
keep him in control. If he can climb everywhere, I doubt any handler will be able to
Yeah.
deal with him.
There's no way to keep him in check.
All I'll say is, keep your tongue slightly guarded around the gnomes. Once they get an idea in their heads, you can't get it out. Unless you distract it with another idea. They'll just make any old thing.
I thought you
Uh,
were saying they would try to take our tongues. And I was like,
I am a fan of yeah.
yeah, no,
Uh,
tell,
We haven't got on record any tongue thefts by gnomes.
okay.
Well, yeah, that's it. We haven't provided a lunch this time. The gnomes at Gomegarde should provide you something. But they know you're on the way some point this week, so they should be reasonably prepared. Really, we're just waiting for a quiet day, and here's one. So, any other questions or?
Is there a contract that we can take just
Oh, yeah.
in case?
Oh, I
or-
can write you a quick one, and he takes up the pen on the furthest right. He writes contract. Collect items from Gomegarde. Escort items back to Gomegarde. Payment 4 gold. Maximum 8 hours.
And can we get a map there, or do we need a map there?
Right, Brian will take
Brian
you nearly all of the way. As you start heading southeast, Gomegarde is around a thin waterfall. So that's what you're looking out for on the way in. There's a thin waterfall. As you approach the waterfall, you want the entrance on the right. Do not go for the entrance on the left. You'll end up strolling all the way through Gomegarde just to get to the Tinkerer's Workshop. You want the entrance on the right. Oh, and your contacts are Fibblestib and Dabbledob.
Hold on. Fibble, Stib,
and
and
download.
Dabbledob?
Yep, Fibblestib and Dabbledob. I doubt that King Nerkley or King Corbos will want to will have any dealings with you, but those are the rulers. So if you hear them talking about Corbos or Nerkley, always refer to them as King Corbos or King Nerkley, no
Or-
matter what they say. And
Korbaz and Nerkley?
yes, just don't ask too many questions.
Do we
Okay.
need to be guarding our tongues about that? Because
No,
want to keep my tongue.
I haven't told you anything about it, so you shouldn't have to worry about guarding your tongues. You shouldn't know any information. Just don't ask too many questions, that's all.
Anything else we need to know how to behave in Nomegarde?
Most gnomes, as you'll know from the city, are just like any other people. Fibblestib and Dabbledob, they're a little bit more excitable and they love an argument, especially over inventions. So,
Noted.
Good to know.
and for those of you watching, referencing the essential starter kit.
It's upside down.
The essential starter kit. And it's back to front, so it doesn't really matter. In fact, upside down, it might have... No, it doesn't turn the writing the
No.
way around. But yeah, we're referencing that. We are going to be using the Gomegarde mission map today, with a twist, of course.
Then I'd
Cool.
say if no one has questions, we get like a travel meal package together and then start to head southwards.
Yep.
Onwards to the cart.
Indeed. Brian waits outside.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, actually. Doing really good, really good.
Jenna wants to ask a question since I don't have my notes.
Uh-huh.
Did we say we were gonna talk to Philip about Daisy?
Oh, we didn't. Or at
Or
least
did we
Callie
decide not
said
to?
no, don't say anything.
Okay.
Not sure if Armin would keep to that.
Okay. Just. Alright. And action.
irritated. Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. Also, really interesting the way that it's taken your name and on the overlay changed the middle bit to anonymous. Jenna, you receive
Oh,
a
yay.
subscription from Michael Wayne. It's a 101st subscription on the channel. Jenna, you have an advantage to gift to a player or me of your choice.
Wait, I get
You can keep it, you can gift
You
it.
can keep
Gift
it or gift it.
do I have any left?
Everyone has one except for Kyle.
I'm gonna give it to Kyle because I still have one left.
Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Then everyone has an advantage. Before we get on the card, Callie, as usual, will walk around to Daisy, give her a little scruffle, just checking if she's well painted, and would feed her some like fresh veggies she found in the kitchen.
As you touch Daisy,
Mm-hmm.
you notice that the paint comes away on your hand. I've realised there's a problem with that paint. It keeps coming away. I think it must be water-based or something. We should have gone for oil-based. But, you know, we've only got the one tin, so we're just getting through it, really. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Sure.
Huh?
Okay. Well, sweetheart, just bring us safely to where we have to go.
Yeah.
Just hand over the last bit of
Really yeah.
salad and then turn around and just quite paranoid looking at Daisy like every minute just watching.
I'm really debating like cutting strips of like a bandage and just wrapping her back leg.
Which will be total obvious.
Oh, she's injured.
Let's just see how it goes. Callie will
I'm-
look up. Is it cloudy? Does it look like rain?
Can I use my cantrip check weather?
Now, Vicky and Fee will be familiar with this sky more than perhaps Kyle and Jenna. I don't know. Maybe you guys are familiar with it as well. I don't know what your climates are like, but I know what our climates are roughly like. You know those days where you look up and like it's blue skies, but there's a lot of cloud, and it could go either way. Like,
Yep.
could rain, could not. Is that
Yep.
actually a cantrip? Check weather. Is that something you actually have? No. Okay. I was gonna say like, wow. Which release was that?
It's the phone app called Check Weather.
It's called Druidcraft.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Okay. Callie will send a silent prayer to.
I'm gonna run inside, grab some rag or like I don't know. Do we have extra fabric?
You can have a bandage if you want to bandage.
Yeah. I'm gonna gather extra bandages just in case.
Okay.
I'm paranoid now.
Brian sort of grows a little impatient. He's like, are we getting ready? Callie, what are we waiting for? Why does Armin keep going and going? Nice. Very nice.
She's just grabbing some stuff. Everyone, let's at least us get into the cart, and Armin can just jump up front next to you, maybe.
Yeah,
Everybody go to the bathroom. Or our road trip.
Yes.
All right, well then, we're all in. All right, let's go then. And Brian begins the journey towards Gomegarde. It's a
I
sort
would
of
like-
slow, monotonous journey. No. Cow clipping and clopping its way along the road. They do follow the road all the way down the river.
Can I keep an eye out for that spider?
Sure thing. Why don't you make me a perception check?
Oh god. I also want to like, cause spiders climb, so I'm not just looking around like on the ground. Okay.
Do they climb? You do have an advantage. Only the one.
I know. Oh god, I should have used it.
There's one. Oh no wait, no wait. That's just the light shining through
God
the
dang
leaves. Oh, there's one. No wait, wait, no wait. That's just a rock that looks a little. There's one. Oh no wait, that's just moss. Damn it, Armin. You keep seeing them, but it's not them. Or maybe it was. You're not really sure.
Okay, Armin's all jumpy now.
Callie would
Hair
sit
falls and she thinks it's a spider web.
Oh god. Callie would sit in the back just trying to do some light conversation with the new ones. So just like asking where they're from and what you both said you do something else for a living usually?
Oh yes. Yes. So I live in Neverwinter, and actually, I work at the post office, and
Ooh.
it's a wonderful job, best job ever. Yes.
Why are
Where
you
we co-
here?
Why? Yeah, that's a very good question. So we had this team building evening,
Uh-huh.
and after that we went to grab a few drinks, and I don't know, somehow I don't really remember it that well, but somehow I made a bet and lost it, and yeah, we ended up with a signed contract that I had to go on an adventure. And I'm a little bit stressed out about this, and I didn't really want to go, but I signed a contract, so I cannot do it.
Welcome on the adventure, and Armin and I, so far on the cleanup crew, we all got back in one piece.
Yep.
So
Oh, that's
not to
actually
jinx it.
Except for that one that you always talk about and then look off in the distance like you're really
Oh.
sad.
No, I said with the
We don't-
well now in the crew with Armin. You forget it. He's right.
And
but what
Brian
you
turns around
labels-
to Clarion and Naveed and just goes, they never really talk about it. They just look really sad and I look off in the distance.
Callie would just stare
Armin gets droopy.
at her, just hands, just like fiddling around, just like getting quiet, and then just like, oh, and Clary, you're doing something else as well, or you decided adventuring is the new thing for you?
Until a couple of weeks ago, I was a construction worker. Well, until about 5 days ago. And then I woke up one morning, and things felt a little strange, and I went to work. And then I moved my hands the wrong way. And I burnt down the building we were working on because the fire just started shooting out of my hands. And my body is experiencing a lot of changes, and elements keep coming out. You're old. Do you remember puberty? It's like that, but magic. And I don't know what's happening. And someone
terrible.
said that doing this would help me control it. So here I am.
Okay, then maybe not on the card, but or maybe also not in the city. But we can try to maybe help and give you training.
The whole time, Clary's just holding his hands like this, and very carefully
No fast
not gesturing
No fast movement
at all. And you've noticed he's been doing this the whole time. His hands remain flat out in fans, like just like this, because when he waved at you earlier is when his hand went electrical. So he has no idea what's happening.
Oh my god, I love it.
We will see. At least we can do magic, although
yeah,
different than you. do.
You can.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you make the magic go the way you want it to?
Hmm.
I learned it and trained it. Also,
I
my
usually
magic
buy Wendy a
really-
bottle of wine. That's my method.
This is the best method, although I'm not sure if wine is the right thing.
I high five Brian.
Where can I get some wine? Because that sounds like a great way to start.
I
We
would
should-
highly not advise that.
I don't think we should do this job drunk. Maybe afterwards when we're done.
Afterwards, for sure.
Never
Okay.
drinking again.
What everyone says after a hangover. I'm never drinking again.
I would say, Carrie, when we're back, we can just step a bit away from the lodge. Not that you just burn it.
Well, I
And
figured
we can
out.
do some testing.
I figured out how the fire one works,
That-
and I
that's
don't
good.
do that anymore, except in emergencies
Which is good because that's what the spells are for. And now
or
you
by
know
accident.
when you wave, you can produce lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't shoot anywhere, so that's nice.
That's
Well,
yeah.
maybe you just have to point somewhere and it goes exactly where you want it to go.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
pointing very clearly away,
okay. I was like,
And then just,
like
a beam of energy shoots out his finger, and he goes, "Oh shit! Don't, no,
it
Ruh-roh.
worked.
not doing that."
But it went the direction you pointed, so that's
That
a
wasn't
start.
electricity, though. That was very cold.
ooh.
Well, it still went the way you wanted, so at least you have direction, which might be helpful.
Yeah.
I am never moving my hands again.
But you
It's
have
a little
to.
different. Because I assume I learned stuff as a cleric from like my deity. I don't know how this works.
See, there's an old rumor in the family that my grandmother had what was the word earlier today? Had an encounter with the dragon. So I think that might actually be true and not just a joke.
What type of encounter?
I don't want to know.
Oh,
Okay, but
me
yeah,
neither.
That might be a reason why you can do these things, but I'm sure
Yeah.
with training it will be fine. This is not permanent. I've met people who can do magic stuff just by what they feel. So
I have to hope for that, I think. I
Ken
would
will
like
just pat him on the knee. You'll be fine. That's something time will figure it out. Just don't point your fingers at one of us or the cart, please.
Yeah.
Really interesting, though, isn't it? I mean, I'm not exactly a wizard, but I know a little bit about magic, and sounds to me like that might be that sort of, correct me if I'm wrong, wild magic. Am I right?
I guess I don't know how to control it, so it is pretty wild.
I mean, it's just really interesting because Gomegarde has long been a source of wild magic. They say that anyone who does magic in Gomegarde of spell lot of 1 or higher, whatever that means, weird things happen to them. Anyone.
Wait, any sort of magic there?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that book, Brian?
What? Oh, it was just something the wife was reading.
Oh, interesting.
He sort of like tries to tuck it quickly under the seat.
Oh my gosh.
You might spot the title as he's trying to do it and see the source of his embarrassment. There's wizards out of the wardrobes. Weekly.
Oh my god.
So,
Writing it down.
Navid, I promise not to point at you. Just
Thank you, I really appreciate that.
here. Are you going to be okay? You look very scared.
Oh, I guess I have to. I mean, this mission sounds harmless enough, so
That's right.
I'll live.
A very nice cow with a very nice cart and a very nice driver. And nothing terrible will happen to us at all.
Yes,
Knock
that
on
sounds
wood.
nice. Also, I mean, you two, Callie, Callie and Armin, you two look like experienced adventurers.
Sure. Yes. A lot
Fairly
of
experienced.
experience. At least with cleaner jobs, although at least I think Armin, you neither. We've never been to Nomegarde before.
Yeah, we haven't been there.
We will see how that goes. I think we just have to stick together. I think that's the main thing. And as Philip said, have fun, but be careful.
Hey,
We need that on a shirt.
what's with that anyway, Callie? Armin, like, you know, you take all these people on adventures like every week, but you know, you always seem to be doing the beginner stuff. Like Bryn's like a level 5 adventurer now. You know, they're doing level 5 missions, and you're, what is it? Some sort of glass ceiling, is there, or something? You're sort of stuck at level 1. What's the deal?
By the will of the gods, someday we will level up.
I think Philip has the idea that we are very good with the newbies on the team.
Yeah, we're like,
so-
Oh. Contracted you in,
Wait,
did he?
that's
yeah, we're like
just a
the training
question.
people.
You got
Sorry, Naveed, yeah?
okay. You got you. Yeah, you got new adventurers every week. What happens to them after the missions?
They get paid, we get
Like
some
they-
drinks, and they create like an adventurers guild and get to level 5, or go back home,
Wow.
or go into the woods and take care of animals. We had a wide range of people.
I did quite a lot of shuttling for Philip. About 10% of them seem to stay on.
Is the pay always this good?
Sometimes it's better.
If it's more dangerous, we got more when we had to feed the drake.
I am never going back to day laboring again. 4 gold for a day's work is a month of my
It's-
previous pay.
Quite nice.
It's
And you?
very good pay.
Meet people, learn new things.
Yes, and you all
Sometimes-
seem lovely.
And
no-
Learn how
same.
to clean lots of stuff.
Uh,
I don't know. I learn new things at my job. Oh, like every day. Like there's. I mean, it's a nice routine, but now and then there's some very exciting stuff that mixes it up. For example, when we get new stems, and that's always very exciting.
But is the pay this good?
It's enough.
Well, if in
That's to
between
know
you
then.
want some adventure, you don't have to do this full time. You could just do it from time to time. I'm quite sure Philip.
I mean, and there is, you
Yes,
know, like that poor Furbolg, Jeff.
Oh,
I mean, he didn't die or anything, but he'll never grow fur again.
yeah.
Well, if you
This is why. Yeah.
And what happened to that chap, the big one that was helping you with the with Harry?
Calidor Dalaran.
Yeah, what happened to him?
He should be probably fine back
He's
home. He never had
not
hair,
dead,
so
but
he didn't lose it like the furball dude.
yeah, I think he's partially blind.
Maybe. Well, he had an encounter with Harry. You heard about him, and
Okay, yeah. Who's Harry?
Harry is our cleaning gelatinous cube, which if you try to pull something out of it, you could lose hair.
Yep. I still don't have hair on my arms.
But
From
we
pulling
don't
him
have
out.
Harry with us, so we should be fine today.
Yeah.
Because he's tricky to handle. He has his own mind.
God forbid he learns how to climb. Then he's just gonna drop down from the ceilings.
That
It's terrifying.
If they find something like that for Harry Armin, we will never work with Harry again.
We're gonna take it and we're gonna hide it.
Or that.
So no one can get it.
Sounds
Harry
like
is
an excellent
lovely.
way.
Harry is very lovely, cubish. He cleans everything.
It sounds like a much easier way to shave my legs. I might have to meet
See,
this
you would
Harry.
think that, but you
But-
know, like,
He wouldn't stop at your legs. He would go all the way, and you would have no hair at all.
I think that
the,
would
the
be
tingling
fine.
burn.
And if you
I-
stay in
Cause
too
pain.
long, you would probably die.
I remember
Oh.
taking Calidor back to Neverwinter, and his skin was all wrinkly. It was like a prune.
See, ever since I started wearing these robes because everyone told me that if I can do these things, I should wear the robes so everyone knows that this is a thing. And hair sticks to weird plate. These robes are very poor. I would like better robes.
Well,
I mean,
get-
you could always get a wax.
Yeah, but this is cheaper.
but you earn some money now. You should be able to get a decent robe from it.
Yeah.
Maybe the gnomes have something.
Ooh, maybe the
Oh.
gnomes.
I tell you what, if I were you, Clary, I'd go into my own business. That's what Callie and Armand convinced me to do, and look at me now! And he sort of slaps the cart. Kobold and a car! A kobold and a cow! Making a
I mean,
pretty turnover. You could go and get your own gelatinous cube, cut it into tiny little bits, and then like use it like a sponge bath or something.
oh, half-orc and cleaning crew. Ah, maybe we could work together on this.
Just cut Harry into tiny, manageable cubes.
Well,
Use them like sponges.
have you ever cut off a part of the cube? Because if you will it grow again? Because I only need a little cutting then,
I love this idea.
and I don't
I-
mind doing manual labor. Like, look at me, I am happy to lift things to get into the weird corners.
Why the
like-
weird corners?
Well, because not your average cleaning, right? Everyone just kind of does the front of the couch.
Yeah.
But
The-
the
the
weird corners
corners.
are the under the couch, behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I can lift a couch by myself. I've seen some big couches. I can lift anything if I
I'm
try
not-
hard enough.
I'm not sure Harry will be very happy if he is cut down into pieces.
Yes, but will Harry? Will the little bit we can just call it H, and it can be the solution for cleaning.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I like this idea because we
It's-
have Harry-proof gloves.
Oh, dude.
You just have to grab them. I mean, you have to replace your gloves every half an hour, but
But
just
maybe
have
a
little
smaller
bucket,
one.
little Harrys.
Maybe a smaller one is easier.
Yeah. And you can transport them in a little box.
Let's talk to Philip afterwards and see what
Oh.
he says.
I love this idea. I'm all about it.
Skeptical Philip
And-
will allow it.
And maybe if I move my hands and just lightning goes again. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
But maybe if I move my hands in the right way, we can manage the Harry easier. Cut him down, get him into like smaller bits. So
Well,
we can.
He doesn't like lightning, so
And I know how to make that happen by accident. I think I've mostly got a handle on that now.
And it begins to lightly drizzle.
no. I take out the bandages and say, "Can we pull over real quick?"
No, we're nearly there now. We'll be all right.
Okay.
Callie will regularly, like within minutes, just do thaumaturgy above Daisy, like just pushing the rain away with wind, just like trying to keep her dry. So you just see Callie like the whole rest of the time just doing this and just gush of wind.
And-
Doesn't the cow like rain? Or
No. The fur is getting all curly and weird. She doesn't feel comfortable.
that's
Have you
very
tried
nice of you.
shaving the cow?
No, that would be
Does it-
mean.
Because that's what you make wool out of, right? Is cow fur?
No, that's sheep.
That's sheep.
They have much
They're the same-
longer.
I thought they were the same thing. Okay.
Nope.
Today I've learned a new thing.
Amor. I have an idea. You know those the things that cut tomatoes? They're into
A knife?
No, it's like a thing you just push it over whatever you're cutting.
Yep.
It cuts it into things. We can get one of those. It's cube shaped
Maybe a mandolin?
and use it on Harry to cut him into little cubes.
As you come over the rise,
Darn.
you see a thin waterfall in the distance. Smoke comes out of many, many spots on this mountain, as Gomegarde seems to be built into the mountain itself. As you are approaching, you see a large fireball erupt from one of these smoking stacks, and debris sort of land around where the fireball came from.
There are other people here that can control fire.
It came from a window or something.
Not like a window, there's little holes in the mountainside where smoke's coming out, and a
Okay.
fireball came bursting out of maybe one or two of those.
Whoop.
Maybe we turned two of them into one big one.
Eey.
Yay.
We need to go to the right entrance,
That's
not the
what
wrong entrance.
Yeah.
Philip said.
Well, as you approach, following the river up, you follow the stream uphill to the base of the mountains where waterfall erosion has carved out a natural concavity. The roaring waterfall creates a cloud of mist as it plunges into a shallow pool of water, within which rise two small islands covered with 2-foot-tall red, green, and purple mushrooms. Several cave openings overlook the pool from rocky ledges 20 to 30 feet above. The mountain blocks any sunlight from reaching this place. On the left, you can see there is a path marked out which looks well used, climbing to the left entrance. To the right, it looks a lot like a sheer drop, 30 feet up. At the back of the thing, behind, sort of near the waterfall, you can see a rope bridge indicating there's more entrances over that way.
Need to go to the right. Where's the door?
Let's find it. Philip said the right is the best way to go?
So, sorry, to the right was a 30-foot drop?
The right entrance is 30 feet up.
Oh, okay.
There's no, like, marked out path. It's just a sheer...
So we gotta climb.
We make like investigation if there are any steps or hidden things,
Yeah.
levers, anything like how to get up there.
Like the Indiana Jones movie where he has to like walk across the invisible bridge. Maybe it's just like hidden.
Well, why don't you make some investigation rolls or something like that? Brian pulls up and says, well, I'm gonna find an alcove and park Daisy up for a little bit. When you've selected your items, give us a shout and I'll bring the cart round for loading.
Okay. And Callie will lead into Armin. Don't forget the bandages.
Yep. And that's why I rolled so bad. I go over and I start bandaging Daisy's leg.
Yeah. As you start bandaging, you realize that the paint is literally rolling off of Daisy.
Ugh.
A large section of black appears on her back.
Oh no. No.
Wait, does the cow change colors?
No.
Yeah, it's like one of those
Is it
colors
magic
changing cups.
Yeah, it's just the water. As soon as it stops raining and she's drying, she will get white again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Why did you paint the cow?
Because it fits to the cart.
Oh, okay.
Everything is white. It's just like
I'm a
Colours
white
and
cart
different.
kobold!
Fair
Don't you
enough.
have white cart men and things? I was told the official word is holy air.
okay. Sounds really fancy and nice.
Okay, in order to make it
On these
seem... Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
on these investigation rolls, before I forget about them, as I am often want to do, because my mind does wander. Callie, you can see at the base of this thing, there is a rocky-looking button.
She will push it because it's Callie. She doesn't care. She's just like,
Ooh, a button.
oh look, button.
P, did you want to roll investigation as well, or are you good?
Oh, no, I'll roll as well. One moment, please.
No problem. Just find the investigation button, the investigation word on your character sheet, and just click it, and roll 20 will do all the work for you. Love it. So on a 14, you also would see this button and see Callie going to press it.
Oh, wait a moment. Do you know what the button does?
We will see, I guess.
But it could be dangerous.
I doubt it. And she just press it. I'm sorry. That's Callie.
As you press the button, you hear from the ledge above resounding loud whop 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 whop, and
No.
Darn it!
you hear above two small voices saying, "Will you get that? It's your turn to get it. It's your turn. I'm sorry, it's your turn to get it." And a small face pokes itself over and says, "Press it again."
Okay. She will press it again and looking up, just like.
The whop sound stops. We're calling it a door siren, maybe something. Anyway, hi. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine. We're from the cleanup crew. Philip sent us to collect some stuff.
Oh, from the cleanup crew. Oh, good.
Yes.
And you just hear a click from above. Good to see you.
Excuse me. Is there a way we can get up and in? We should be meeting Mr. Fibblestip and Mr. Dabbledob?
Oh, yes, Fibblestip, at your service. Nice to meet you. Yes, good to see you. Nice to meet you. Hang on a second. You hear another click. And rungs, like a ladder, protrude from the cliff surface.
That's impressive.
Kelly makes an appreciative whistle and will just wave up. Thank you so much.
Come on up! Come on up!
And, see, Navid? It wasn't dangerous. It was exactly what we had to do.
Yeah, that's
Take a deep breath.
good. Sorry, a little bit
Shouldn't
nervous.
give a problem here. And Clary, be careful with your hands, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna go last, I think.
Okay. Should we,
Because I
just
don't
in
want...
case, keep a rope around you so
Oh!
I should be.
you get...
I nearly forgot. Don't touch the 5th rung.
Why not?
Why not?
Just don't.
Okay. Meanwhile, Armin has wrapped a little bit of each of Daisy's legs to make it not look like she's hiding something, to make her more look sporty. You know how they like wrap like
Sport cow?
or yeah, like like racing horses. How they have like the leg things.
You gotta get speed lines down the side of the cow.
Hey, with the way the water's running, that might just happen.
Exactly.
But now it looks more. Yeah. So.
Pleasant to meet you. I'm Fibblestip, like I said. Dabbledob is in the workshop right now. So you're from the cleanup crew. What's the password?
There was a password?
Philip didn't give us a password.
Good, just testing. Okay, we're gonna go through the gnome domiciles to the workshop. In the domiciles, these are people's homes, so don't touch anything. And try to ignore the destruction. It's got absolutely nothing to do with anything. We're working on that. Don't worry about it. Yes. Come with me. And this little gnome like trots off. Double speed.
Okay. Onward.
Callie would go last behind the others just to make sure everyone is on board. And at the same time, she would probably from time to time just stop and look around. So she would fall back without even noticing and then just trying to jog on to catch up again because she's never seen that. She has never seen so many gnomes in one place and just like child in like a toy store. It's just like, oh, look at this. And then she remembers, don't touch anything.
Armin's up in the front, super excited.
Clary's just walking like this, very kind of hunched in as well, because I don't know if this place is carved for 6'6" half orcs or not.
The ceiling stands around 4'10".
Ah, yes. So very.
We're all
very
hunched.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all hunched.
We're all hunched. Also, Callie's probably from time to time her horn gets stuck
Oh no.
on a ceiling. And that was my phone, sorry.
And you come into a little large cavern, and sure enough, there are domiciles here. Domicile seems to be the right word. You wouldn't call them houses or homes. They certainly don't look homely. Mechanical structures with like cogs and things that tick and whir on them. Little buildings everywhere. Although most of them look like they are kind of falling apart. And it looks like it happened very recently as people are like standing around and like, you know, when people do that thing before they start working on something, you can see gnomes just sort of like looking at it and just like scratching their head, and some of them having discussions. Fiddlestip doesn't stop.
I'm asking what was his name?
Fibblestip.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with Pibblestip and excuse me. What
Yes,
just
yes.
happened here?
Oh. A thing.
A thing.
Don't worry, it's only about a 4 on the on guard scale.
How many numbers are in that scale?
6.
4 out of
And-
6.
Is the 6 the high, like the more dangerous one, or is the 1 the more dangerous one?
6 is more dangerous. I'm telling you more than I should, though. Come on. We've
Okay.
got things. We've got exciting things.
I follow.
The cavern is a little larger, so all of you can stand up straight in this cavern where these buildings are. They have like multi-story buildings built into the side wall with all these mechanical structures. However, Fibblestib just runs hard left following the wall and takes you up some stairs which sort of gently spiral up maybe a quarter turn.
Armin is jotting down directions that we're taking, just in case, just for later on our little piece of paper.
And
He
as
doesn't get lost.
you round the corner, it opens up again into a very, very tall room, which is very long and quite wide by gnome standards. It's probably like 50 feet across and 80 foot deep. And you can see another gnome who is sitting with some like conical flasks and beakers and like doing things. The most notable feature about her is her long flowing blonde hair beautifully offsets her bright blue skin.
Cool.
Oh, Fibblestib, welcome back. How you doing? Who are these visitors? Yeah, they're from cleanup crew. They're here for the things. And Dabbledob's eyes go wide, and she's like, "Okay, have you given them drinks, snacks, refreshment? Hello, nice to meet you.
Hi!
I'm
Hi.
Dabbledob." She like runs up to whoever's first and like does like a curtsy in front of you, then runs to the next person and does a curtsy in front of you, and very, very over the top with all of this. And she's like, okay, so are there any vegetarians amongst you?
Meat is good.
Great, we can use the machine. Come on. And she runs to the back of the workshop.
I will
Just-
tentatively follow.
Yes, carefully. And
curious for
Callie
me.
will also lean into the two newbies, just like, we should be careful, maybe.
As you walk through
Yeah, I figured.
this workshop, hang on a second, let me just get this right for presentation. As you walk through this workshop, you see a lot of items around.
You see Callie and Armin die within, just like,
I hate and I love you so much, Scrat.
I'm
I
just
want-
looking. Clary's just looking for anything that resembles clothes based off previous conversation.
Oh yeah, there's things that look like clothes, some look like suits of armor, others just look like fishing waders, strangely. You can see hats of varying shapes and sizes, glasses, cloaks. There's a lot of cloaks. But Dabbledob stops in front of a machine at the back of the room, which is maybe 8 feet across and just sets back into the wall. There is like a large door with a glass window.
What's this?
Ah, we call this the Maxcrowave.
The what's it do?
Well, we take advantage of the ley lines of magic, and we get all of the heat in one place, and it makes things hot really, really quick. And then you
I'm
have food.
excited.
And a hot chocolate. Ooh.
Oh, I haven't tried hot chocolate.
Yeah. I have marshmallows. You can put them in the hot chocolate.
Okay, everyone, pull your things, pull your things. We're gonna do an experiment right now. I'm really excited.
I pull out the marshmallows.
I will add a stick of cinnamon that she pulls out of her omnious bag of multiple things.
She takes a large beaker and holds it out for you to put the things in. It's ceramic.
Okay. We just need some milk and some chocolate. I don't have... Going through the bag. Nothing on me. Do you have milk or chocolate, maybe?
Sorry.
No. Oh, I thought you maybe bought it. Okay, well, don't worry. I've got some supplies as well. I have beef jerky. We'll put that in. That should work.
With marshmallows? She will carefully pull out the marshmallows again, hand them over to Armin, that they are safe again. She will leave the cinnamon stick in there.
Hang on, I have something else as well. And she goes over to a tray, picks up a vial of clear liquid, and pours it in the tray onto some sort of dust that's in the tray. A couple of seconds later, he slices out a section of brownie.
That goes well with marshmallows.
Yes! Yes, this will be perfect! And she puts it all in the beaker and chucks it in the microwave.
Okay.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. She scientifically calculates with her finger in the air. What do you do when she presses the go button? Do you sit and watch this machine work, or do you want to, like, you know, look at the other things around?
Callie would sit in front of it, just staring and watching.
Are there price tags connected to these items?
There are no price tags on anything. This is a workshop.
I will look around. Although I keep half my eye on the giant microwave.
You see goggles, a pointed hat, a short length of pole, a small stick, an amulet, a cloak, several cloaks on a rack, a vial of powder, a strange-looking necklace. You see some boots. You see a staff, several vials of different-looking potions, all different colors.
Jenna knows way too much about magic items to fairly pick out what I want to look at.
You also see a feather duster,
I look at that.
a set of J-cloths.
Of what cloths?
J-cloths, you know, like the blue cloths you get.
Oh, okay.
Chamois leathers.
What?
How'd you
I know
describe a
exactly.
chamois leather?
I am now out of what kind of words are you talking? My English is not good
Same.
enough for that.
Like
it's my regular language, and I don't. know what that
It's
is.
not English, that's the problem. Chamois is like a word. That's how it's spelled.
Is it
You
like
call
a-
it chamois, but it's like CHAMOIX.
Oh,
something like that.
Is it like a towel?
Yeah, essentially, a leather towel.
Oh, yeah. It's a sham.
it's a ShamWow.
ShamWow. Yeah. I know that.
Yep.
Sure, we just call it chamois leather. I thought that was how you pronounced it, honestly. What else do you see around? Mop buckets. You see a blue liquid in a large cube beaker, which cannot help but remind you of Harry.
I will go investigate all these cleaning things.
As you have been looking around, just as you're about to step away, there is a loud bing from behind you as the Max Crow wave is done.
Callie will give a surprise squeak because she was not prepared for the thing making a noise.
Armin's distracted.
Clary
As-
probably twitches, which is
Please don't twitch your hands.
Dabbledob rushes into the Max Crow wave and pulls out the beaker, which is now full of brown sludge.
Maybe the heat wasn't good for it?
He puts her hand in and
Or-
no, it tastes really good. And her skin from where she eats begins to turn pale, like a normal gnome again.
Is that safe for us to eat?
Oh, nearly definitely.
You just turned color.
Huh? And she looks at her pale skin. No, I've always been this color.
Right.
Hey.
Callie will just put her finger in and just try it.
Roll me a d20, please, Callie.
Why is this girl so curious? I hate it so much.
I love this.
10.
Your skin begins to turn blue,
Great!
like light shining blue.
Oh my gosh.
So, I guess your usually dark skin lightens as
It
you begin to
lightens.
almost luminescently glow blue.
Navid is just staring, and
My
he
pen.
can't handle this shit.
Armin! Armin!
Yeah. Oh my God, Callie, you're blue. You're so pretty.
This looks weird.
I like it. You should keep it.
Dabbledob, how does this go away?
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. That looks like a latent effect. It'll probably go away after a few minutes. Most likely.
You sure?
Violet, you're turning violet. Violet.
She looks at you when you say you're sure, and then turns away and looks at me and goes, "Wow,
Now we've got lunch ready. Do we want to stop for lunch first, or look at the items?
I can eat and look.
I wouldn't. Well, look, we have to do. But I would have to question: do you by any chance have something like permanent white color that doesn't wash off but is safe to wear on the skin, or do you have something like, yeah, like that? Must be white.
Oh.
Why would you want something like that? What purpose could it serve?
Well, we have a friend who's painting his card for just his business, but every time it rains, it washes off, and he's getting in contact with it as well. So I just wanted to be
It
safe.
needs to be skin safe.
Yes, but it would be nice if it just stays where it is and doesn't wash off. Or could we give you the task to maybe produce that if we give you some money?
She produces a notebook from her pocket. And begins scribbling.
Yes, we could come back and collect it then later, because that would be honestly more for us, not for Philip.
So, okay, well, that's duly noted. Philip usually requests, we usually let Philip take like 3 items a month. We feel that that's quite fair. Although, to be fair, if he threatened to bring the thing back, then we would probably give him more because, the thing.
I mean, Harry, our friend Harry.
What?
Harry?
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 What is the thing?
Yeah, Harry the Cube.
Oh, the cube! No, not the cube. Although we are trying to synthesize one. No success yet. No, the thing that stole away the children in the night. At least that's what the mums and dads tell the kiddies. It was a thing. I think we lost 10 people to it.
Philip brought
is it-
that?
He brought it?
No, he took it away. We owe him.
Huh.
Callie will lean into Armin.
Did we
Did
hear
they
about
talk
this?
about Toby? I could see him swallow little gnomes.
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe.
We'll have to ask Philip about this.
Yeah.
So
Noted.
you said we can collect 3 items,
Yes, you can collect 3 items.
and if we find anything else that we are willing to pay, maybe something on top.
Pay? Oh, with like money, you mean? I mean, I guess you could do that.
Gold or other things. Ideas on what else to create.
I mean, you'd have to talk to the king about that one, or one of them. We don't really do the deals. We just make stuff.
Understood. So then let's see what we can find here that would be useful for a cleanup crew.
Right. Yes. Okay. So, we went crazy with the prestidigitation cantrip infusion. Presto chamois leather. Presto J-cloth. Presto duster. We're gonna call it the Presto range, and we can produce these items regularly. These are just samples.
Awesome. I look at my feather duster that's on the end of my spear. How
They have-
easy would it be to replace if it gets? Can it get too gross if it gets broken?
But that's if you break it, I suppose you can replace it. But the nice thing about the Presto duster is it doesn't get dusty.
But
Although-
can it get like other grossness?
And Fibblestib steps up.
However, I've been thinking about this problem, right? And the issue you've got is usually dust, right?
Sometimes.
Right, well,
Grime, yes.
but grime's just dust sludged up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's what I was thinking. What if, instead of getting rid of the dust, we turned it into something useful?
Yeah.
Like.
And he goes and picks up a vial of fine powder.
What
This is
it?
dust!
Okay.
But he takes some and spreads it on the ground, and it immediately disappears.
But you can't see it!
Who did we lose?
Did you
Mm.
put the dust on her?
On who?
Him? Oh
On
shoot!
Fee. Yeah. They sprinkle dust on Fee.
He disappeared.
No, Naveed, come back.
Bull? Or did it?
Let's see if she writes.
I'm sure she'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
There are a few
Sounds-
different things this could be.
Yes.
Well, what else do you? We need to decide on the 3 items. You have so many beautiful things here. It will be hard to decide. And Callie will just point to the cube thingy. Like, what's that?
You're
looks
pointing to
interesting.
the blue liquid thing.
Yeah.
That is our synthetic cube.
It looks not like Harry, the cube.
Picture this, if you will,
Okay.
a gelatinous cube that you can control with,
And he goes over and picks up a small, like, wand.
a remote control device.
Oh.
Gonna get in all the weird corners.
Right?
Yeah, the weird corners are the hardest.
And he goes up to the tank and stands above it with a knife and, like, slashes through it.
It doesn't split, it stays the same.
Huh.
So far we have only had one successful one of these. There were some glitches. The rod didn't work, and it was immune to slashing damage.
Ah. That's yeah.
And lightning damage, and bludgeoning damage, and
Oh, that's
piercing
not-
damage, and magical damage, and necrotic damage, and
Oh,
radiant
God.
damage, and force damage, and we don't know where it is. It's somewhere deep in the mountain.
Good to know if we ever go down there. Okay.
That's a great idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I see where you're going with this. All right, what are the other things?
What else have we got? Useful to you. I reversed an odd invention. Okay. Maybe you've heard of our famous cloak of billowing. That when you put it on, it billows in a wind that isn't there.
Yeah.
I
That's
made a cloak of gusting. When you flap it, it blows.
That's
That
cool.
sounds phenomenally useful for leaves.
I like it.
Nearly no side effects.
Huh. Nearly? Okay.
What side effects are there?
Various. Nearly nothing. 9 times out of 10 works fine. My god, you ask a lot of questions.
It's just 3 items. We need to just be able to decide what is best to pick and what works well together. And we have
Next
a
one on the list. Let's go.
feedback.
Peace
I'm
back.
back. What did I miss? Sorry,
The
sorry,
dust
internet
wore off.
connection problems.
We are just trying to figure out what else they have. They have
Okay.
a synthetic cube somewhere lost in the mountains that they can't stop. So don't go in the mountains somewhere on your own.
Delectable gelatinous cube.
Seems to be immune to every kind of damage we've tried so far.
Oh god.
Run if you see it.
Do you have any bigger on the inside bags?
Oh no, they're boring.
Okay. Thought I'd ask.
No. We did make a locker of holding. But when we lost Glibglab in there, we decided to cancel that project.
Gotcha. Alright, what else is there?
And Dabbledob.
The bucket? What's that? Does that go with the Presto line?
This one's Dabbledob's. Yes. Okay, so listen. You've heard of portable holes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've heard of bags of holding, right?
Yeah.
What happens if you put a bag of holding in a portable hole, or a portable hole in a bag of holding?
Jenna knows the answer to this. Jenna knows, but I don't think Armin does.
Callie just blankly stares and blinks.
Interesting things.
We
I'm
took
guessing.
that same idea and applied it to a mop bucket bottomless hole and a mop of holding. You can mop forever and get all of the mop up, then you put it over the mop of a portable hole, and you can empty large amounts of dirt into the hole. It's like a never-ending mop bucket. However, never ever put the mop in the bucket.
I was about to say,
What happens if
That
you
is
put
very
the mop in the
dangerous.
bucket?
Don't worry about what happens if you put the mop in the bucket. Just don't do it.
can I roll to see if Armin knows?
Sure.
Because is it Arcana roll? Or I guess an intelligence check.
Arcana or intelligence, yeah, whatever you want.
They're gonna be the same.
Oh, yeah, no.
Jenna knows.
That sounds
Oh,
like a wonderful
interesting.
idea.
That just sounds like a great thing to have.
Yeah, there's no
Infinite
problems
mopping.
with this one.
That might
Yeah.
be useful for
My
cleaning.
soul is screaming.
Vicky is saying like, oh gosh, don't use that. But Callie is like, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Armin, that would be perfect to clean. Wouldn't it?
Maybe you
no,
could put a grate above.
Well, we just need to remember not to put it into the bucket.
Yeah.
Not so hard.
That sounds like the best thing here. Along with the cloak, makes wind. Blow away
Yeah.
everything you can't
Well,
mop up.
the Presto stuff sounded nice as well.
I'll write it down on my IKEA list that I'm making.
Now, I had an idea as well, okay? Now, what happens if a customer doesn't pay? You're going to do all that cleaning, and then they don't pay. Or worse, you don't have any work and no one wants to hire you. Ah! I thought
Right.
the best way to solve this problem would be with the staff of filth.
Oh, this is making Armin cringe.
Oh, Callie
It
is
looks-
so interested in this.
Looks like a normal broomstick handle, which you can actually put onto brooms or tie flax to if you wish. However, anything the broom touches immediately becomes covered in filth.
Does it come with a case? Or like a protective cover? To stop it from...
Fibblestib takes a notebook out of his pocket and starts writing.
So if we touch
Otherwise,
it,
anything you lay it down on is just gonna get gross.
Yes, don't ask me how we filled the locker of holding in the end.
Oh, okay.
Let's keep going.
Is there anything that any of you are interested in? And they're particularly looking at Clary and Naveed, who, you know.
I need some clothes. Ideally, something that will help me control the magic that keeps coming out of me.
What kinds of magic?
So far, fire and cold and lightning. So far.
So we want rubber for the lightning. Probably Like
Flannel for the cold?
reinforced leather for the heat and fleece for the cold. Yeah. Okay. Here are the fishing waders. They don't actually do anything yet. They're just fishing waders, but they should be resistant to electricity. We can line them with we've got some acid resistance trousers. They seem like they're part of a set, but I don't know what for. Also, we found those. We're trying to replicate them.
I nudge Callie.
And also, we have the jumper of warmth.
Okay. How does it, is it just clothes? Or is it magically warm?
Magically warm.
Oh. Interesting.
You can try them on if you like. Like, she winces.
Sure. I will try it. He's just completely oblivious. I will try on the jumper of warmth.
She passes you a jumper that looks a lot like mine, actually. Just looks like a wool jumper, but it
Okay.
sort of shimmers in the light.
I just kind of pull it on over top of my robe.
Now, it doesn't actually become useful until we get some cold magic. So why don't you do a little bit of cold magic and we'll see what happens.
Okay, I very
Armin
carefully
steps
put my
back.
yeah, very carefully step back towards the wall, where hopefully a wall with nothing on it, and just kind of poke myself with the finger of frost. So I guess I'm doing a cantrip on myself.
And can you roll damage for me on that?
Oh,
Yeah,
no. Oh,
I
no.
sure can.
You
Thank
take
goodness.
one point of cold damage as the jumper bursts into flame. You will also take 2d8 fire damage, as though you had heat metal cast on you, on your armor.
Oh no.
Take it off, take it off,
Like
take it off.
a water around or something.
Oh, don't worry, it'll go out on its own in a second.
One moment as I, sorry, my roll 20 just crashed there. All right, here we
That's
go. 2d8, you said?
2d8.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's
We-
not when you want to crit on damage.
Are going to halve that damage thanks to the cold damage that you'd already experienced. You still up or you down? That's what, 6-7 points of damage total?
I'm a half fork, so I'm up. Just
Yep.
You bounce.
You
Yeah, I go
bounce back to
boink.
work.
Bumbles bounce.
yeah.
Bounce.
See? So whenever you get cold, the jumper of warmth warms you right back up.
Armin will run over and cast Cure Wounds on you.
Yeah, can we run over and try to get the sweater, the thing off, the jumper off of him?
Yeah, I'm just deeply shell shocked, looking as everything I have ever feared has happened now.
Breathe, Clary. Breathe. Just
I-
breathe.
Do not want to ever wear this again.
You don't have to. We will get you out of there, and she will probably ask Navi to like help. Just trying to.
Is it still burning?
I know, it was like literally just burned for a second and then calmed back down. It feels like normal
Okay,
wool again
okay.
now.
Yeah.
Try to
Yeah.
pull it
So I
off
just
of him.
Ow!
But hey, Armin helps you feel better.
I'm guessing my robes are rather singed now.
Yeah, like the flames are external, so it would have just been heat on the inside, not actual fire. So, yeah, they're warm. They feel like a. You ever had like used a heating iron? You know, like an iron that would burn you but really warms up clothes. That's what your clothes feel
Yep.
like.
Oh, like fresh out of the dryer.
Yeah. Scathingly fresh out of the dryer.
Yeah.
I'm never.
let's have you. Let's. I move him
I'm
to
gonna go sit down.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sit-
and just
sit-
very carefully sit down.
Unshaken, Dabbledob looks to you, Naveed.
Is there anything that you want to try?
I don't know. Have you something? Do you have something? Not bursting into flames?
Oh, we've got lots of things that don't normally burst into flames
Okay.
most of the time. What sort of thing would you like?
Okay. Actually, maybe this is the place to ask for that. Actually, I was thinking about like a mechanical bird or something. Do you have something like that? I don't.
You have a catalog that we can look at.
We don't have a cat or a log.
I
Okay,
take
so I've
1
got
point of pun damage.
I've got something mechanical, and I've got something to do with birds. So, she takes you over to an amulet, which she. It's a small piece, which looks like it has clockwork running on the inside, and it's mostly copper with some pewter. It seems to be powered by some kind of magic because it ticks and ticks and ticks and ticks and ticks. If you put an ear to the amulet, you can hear faint ticking and whirring noises coming from within.
It should help with your attacks.
What attacks?
Any attacks? It sort of like
Like panic attacks?
No. This thing comes from the Mechanicus, the plane of predictability. It predicts what your enemies will be doing.
Okay.
That's pretty nifty.
Doesn't sound too bad. What's the bird thing?
there's hardly any bad things.
No, the you said something about a bird.
Oh,
thing.
the bird thing. Sorry. This and she holds up a length of wood that is about 4 or 5 feet long. This is it's decorated as well with like carvings of birds all the way along it.
This has 10 charges. And you can create bird songs with it.
Oh, that's nice.
So far, we've got a finch's chirp, a raven's caw, a duck's quack, a chicken's cluck, a goose's honk, a loon's call, a turkey's gobble, a seagull's cry, an owl's hoot, and an eagle's shriek. And then, honestly, we ran out of birds.
Is there no meta pigeon?
Pigeon? Maybe pigeons?
Nope, no pigeons.
Oh, that's sad. But it sounds very nice.
Very handy for hunters.
Yeah, or just for atmosphere or something.
Speaking of turkey calls, I was going through my parents' storage closet and I found a like really old thing that makes turkey calls, and it is. My mom was playing with it. It is really, really accurate and hilarious. It's like this wooden box. It's like, it's weird. But I don't know. Fun fact.
Yeah.
They make weird noises. Continue.
Is there any way we can get more than 3 items? You have so many lovely stuff here.
Well, yeah, you can, but you'd have to speak to the king.
You mentioned
Told
boots
us we
earlier.
shouldn't.
Oh, boots. Yeah, there are some boots.
There are boots and goggles and
Yeah, those.
you have a cape.
Goggles, they're simple. They let you see in the night. There's another necklace there, which just sets everything on fire. We're really good at setting things on fire.
Me too.
There's a hat that lets you learn magic.
Sorry, what?
A hat that lets you learn magic.
What happens if you already... Can it help me learn how to control the magic?
I believe a magic user could use it as a focus.
They say with the like, someone testing a word, they've read it.
It might be worth a try.
Could I try that?
You sure you want to try it?
Not dead yet.
Sure, and they go and take the pointed hat and pass you the pointed
good.
hat.
I very, very gingerly put it on my head.
So,
Oh no.
Callie gets ready, has her hands up,
Yep, same.
trying to do thaumaturgy, worst case, to try to blow the head off his head in case something goes wrong. Just like,
this one's a little bit complex. So the staff of birdsong may be cooing like I've met a pigeon. Any spell that is on the wizard spell list, you can use this hat as a focus for it. Also, you can try to cast cantrips that you don't know.
Is it only for wizards?
No, but the spells have to be on the wizard spell list.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is in character. I probably don't notice anything. Out of character, oh, this is so much worse.
Okay, so you're a cleaner, right? Have you tried prestidigitating anything?
To Preston, what now?
Yeah, great. You try and clean something. Like, look at that spot over there and try and clean it.
Okay.
Really
And I
focus.
just
a deep breath.
and I just raise a finger and point at it aggressively while thinking about cleaning.
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh, good.
Just chaos, and I love it.
Unfortunately,
Chaos.
there is a rising sort of like tension through the cages as you feel magic pour through your body from the hat into your finger, and out of your finger comes a small sound that sort of sounds like boo, as it doesn't work. Could you roll me a d20, please?
Oh no.
Boy.
Wah, wah, wah.
Nothing else happens.
Oh, thank God.
Slowly lowering my hands.
I
Clary, are you okay?
It doesn't work every time.
I think I'm okay. Nothing bad happened.
Then this hat might be really useful for you.
Yeah. Maybe.
You want to try to energize something? Try one of your things.
Yeah,
Yes.
like testing,
Cold,
right?
maybe. Cold might be the best option.
Um.
Think
Yeah,
rise
I'm
in the
gonna-
snow.
Yes, I'm going to try cast. Oh, why
Level
can't?
up. Is there like a spell testing area?
Oh, that's a good idea.
And Dabbletop starts taking out their notes and like making a note.
Oh, goodness.
I'm going to try to very carefully do Ray of Frost, which is on my own spell list. But
By all
also
means.
on the wizard spell list, I guess.
Yeah, so
So-
you don't need any components. You can use your hat as a focus. The magic
Yep.
pours through, and you can cast the spell. No roll. Where do you
Hey.
cast it?
Probably pointing at the blank section of wall.
Mm-hmm.
just-
And You cast it. The wall frosts up. Wherever the jumper of warmth is, it bursts into flame. And
Not on me.
and can I have a d20 roll from you, please? Also, Jenna, roll me a d20, please.
Yeah, I was wondering. I did cure wounds earlier, and
Clara, your skin turns bright blue. You go the same color as Callie.
I'm worried.
This has become.
Contagious. 17, Jenna? Oh boy.
I'm worried.
Oh
I'm
boy.
really worried.
Armin, what are you wearing?
Oh no! I'm wearing like, I think I'm wearing armor-ish. What is it? Scale mail and like a high collared, kind of Victorian-looking long sleeve shirt and dress.
Your
thing.
scale mail starts pulling tight around your body
Ow.
as
Ow.
it
Ow,
pulls
ow.
backwards, as you can feel a strange sensation of like a gap in your back where the armor is being pulled backwards.
Ow. Callie. Callie.
What's
What's happening?
happening?
What? Help. Help.
Callie will look and probably have no idea what to do.
Help.
She was just like doubled up. Oh, what happening?
Oh, I don't know.
Help.
How do we make it stop?
Get
I don't
off.
know.
Barry's just gonna reach over and try and like spread the scale mail on her back.
And Kelly tried to help after she sees that, just trying to just like.
You can see it sort of bulging near where Armin's shoulder blades are.
Can we try to get the armor off of Armin?
Yeah, by all means, it takes an action, but we're not in combat, so that's free. And you can
Just
help Armin
pull it.
out of her scale mail. And you said you were wearing like a dress and shirt
Yeah,
underneath.
yeah, it's like a dress type
They're
thing. I
they're
had it
all
on, but-
also underneath, bulging away.
What?
Do you want us to cut over the bulges?
don't-
do
I
you want
don't
to
know.
take it off?
Hold on, I looked in my bag real quick because I'm pretty sure I have another pair of clothes. Which I do. Can I go somewhere to change?
Sure thing. Dabbledub says,
Oh, let's see. The best place is probably the locker of changing.
Is there like a nook behind a curtain?
Just turn
Ah,
around.
yes, behind the curtain of friendship.
Just a curtain.
Yes, over there, behind the curtain of fur, the fur curtain. There we go. Yeah.
Callie, help me.
Just. I will just push Armin slowly towards the wall where the ice is, but so well, and she will just probably grab a cloak, whatever she can
Yeah.
grab, and just hold it up like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
curtain,
yeah,
and Armin can switch clothes behind.
Prime.
Prime do you-
girl.
what do you think?
Oh.
This cloak looks normal to begin with when you pick it up, Callie. But what are you thinking about as you hold it up?
Oh no. Oh no.
that we
No.
that she would think about basically Armin kind of going like invisible so no one sees, so or
As you
no
think-
one can see her. That's why she's holding up that
As you
no one
think
can
about
see
im-
Armin.
Visibility. The cloak turns invisible in your hands.
No.
um
Callie, what are
Um,
you doing?
Clarity just turns around.
blue, she was there at her hands. I guess her skin is still blue, or did it turn back?
As you look at your skin, which is still blue, the cloak also turns blue.
Okay.
It looks like you're holding up a sheet of like leather made from your skin.
That's fine. That's okay.
Okay, just Armin is very confused, but she changes so fast.
As you remove your top armor, butterfly wings sprout from your back.
What?
You
Okay,
can decide
I
exactly what they look like, but butterfly wings.
I just have my top against my front, and I turn and go, Callie, look, I have wings.
What? Now, probably the cloak turns into butterfly wings.
I always like step
That's
back
what
around.
Callie is
I have
starting. What?
Do you
What's
flap them?
Yeah.
You can fly.
This is amazing.
Okay, I land, I cut little lines in my shirt, and I put my shirt back on. So I'm not flying around without a shirt on, because that'd be weird. I have wings. This is cool.
Boy, she's just looking at her blue skin, just like, that's all I got. And she just put the cloak down and just fold it over, and probably now the cloak is turning into something gray, black,
Oh gosh.
and she will just put it back where she got it from.
That's the cloak of many fashions you picked up there. It turns into nearly any style that you think of.
I kind of love that. That would be also helpful if you just want to hide. You just think
Well,
about the rocks that you're
mean-
sitting in front, and it's turning to rock.
Would it turn invisible if you're wearing, or would it turn you invisible too?
No, it just turns invisible. It turns into whatever you think about. It doesn't change whatever it's holding. We've also got potions. We've got invulnerability, healing, better healing. We figured out healing really well. Wand that helps you find secret places people hide dust, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if they've swept it under the rug or something, you'll be able to
Right.
find it with this one. I mean, then we've got the old ones, you know, the Cloak of Billowing that no one was interested in. Personally, I think that was a stroke of genius.
I like it. It's pretty cool.
We had to stop wearing it in the lab, though. Accidents.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that would make clumsy people less clumsy? Or more dexterous?
I can give you a pole that can keep you 10 feet away from other people, hence making you less clumsy.
I can still follow with my own feet. But thanks, it was worth a try. So, I
We
guess
get to the boots. You said you had boots.
Oh, they are boots that they're probably not very helpful for cleaning unless you're cleaning, I guess, while someone's sleeping. Well, they do actually affect dexterity. You're right, I guess, but only when you're trying to move silently. These boots make no sound.
maybe I wouldn't clonk anymore if I were you.
Would definitely help.
That might
Okay,
be interesting.
I mean, and that's all the
guess.
stuff really that's interesting to you. I mean, there's all of this stuff as well over in this next room, but really that's all like weapons and things. You're probably not interested in those.
I walk into the next room.
Maces, battle axes, swords, gauntlets,
I fly into the
helmets, other swords, shields, you name it. There's an armory in here.
What kind of shields do you have?
Oh, +1, +2, +3. We were trying to remove a curse from one item, but we haven't quite figured it out yet. It's a shield of missile attraction, okay? Which is great, right? So, like, someone fires an arrow, you know it's going to hit the middle of your shield. No doubt about it. No doubt. However, when you take the shield off, Missiles are still attracted to you.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's not.
See the problem.
And if someone they'll always take the shortest route to the shield as well. So if you put the shield on your back, thinking, well, now I'm always wearing it, it'll always be attached to the shield. Someone shoots from the front.
Yeah, not the best.
Hey, we've been here hours.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to take back? I mean, it's getting late.
I think we will have to talk to the king, don't we? Because we will need to get more stuff than just 3. At least 4, 5 things.
Oh, I mean, he'll be going to the kings both, or they'll be going to bed probably soonish.
Then we should move. So I guess, Clary, you would be interested in the hat.
I
would
mean, you know how it is. King Korbos is still recovering from his episode.
guess. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you know, when Phil helped us by removing the thing, well, Korbos wasn't in the best way, was he?
Gotcha.
He paid Phil 500 gold to remove the thing and keep Nerkley safe. Cash too.
That's a lot.
Whoa.
Is losing it, honestly. We were trying to make things to try and fix him. My idea was a sanity ray, but Dabbledob was trying to make she was calling it a straight jacket.
Gotcha.
In the end, it turned out unnecessary, because when he took away the thing, Korbos sort of calmed down, but we don't like to... He has to have regular naps. We don't like to interrupt the naps.
Yeah. Understandable.
He gets easily overwhelmed.
Well, what else do we want to get?
I don't know. I mean, we could always come back.
Do you want to have this bird thingy?
It's pretty cool, but I don't have a lot of money on me, and I guess that's the 3 things we pick up is for the cleanup crew.
Yeah, we can always
Philip
try.
specify?
Contract say?
I look at the contract.
I guess 3 things for the cleanup crew.
The contract doesn't mention anything about the deal. It just says pick up things from the gnomes, escort them back.
Yeah.
Well,
So it doesn't-
maybe if we get 1 thing for Philip.
Yeah.
Then we could get 3 and 1 we can pay. Or maybe make a deal with you guys down here. I have a nice stone. She will pull out the ruby she got from, I don't know, last or game before. Just like, this looks pretty, doesn't it?
Oh, a focusing lens.
So if we throw that in, could we maybe get 4 items?
Yes.
That was too easy. Maybe even 5?
You said
She
4.
will just blinker.
Say 4.
You said 4.
But
That is fair.
turn me blue. I want something for that.
Oh, it'll wear off.
It doesn't.
Trying to think.
Just
I could
Eat the
trade.
Just
I
eat the
could- I
food.
could-
Okay,
But I
Naveed
ate
first.
food, and this happened.
Yeah, I could trade in my cane. I have a few of those.
What does the
Pretty,
cane do?
isn't it?
Yeah, but what does
What?
it do?
It's pretty.
It's a stick of walking.
It
Yes.
helps you walk steadily. You know, for clumsy people like me.
Naveed, could you make a persuasion check for me, please? Remember, you have an advantage if you'd like to use it.
Okay.
Use it.
How do I do that?
Just roll normal.
Just roll normal. We'll take the
usual,
higher of the two numbers.
Okay. Persuasion is here.
A 17. Dabbledob comes across and sort of looks at it, and she looks at it and goes,
I can't see any use for this whatsoever.
and Fibblestib goes,
Oh, hang on a minute, let me have a look. I think I could look quite good with this, actually. Don't be silly, Fibblestib, it's just a stick. What are you going to do with a stick?
Can
Good.
whack people with it.
Look regal.
Callie do something stupid? Could she use thaumaturgy to just let it sparkle a bit?
both of their eyes light up.
Okay, deal. 5 items.
5 items?
Naveed is shocked that it just sparkled because it never it never did that before.
Must be this place.
From the end of the lab, you hear a sort of and Fibblestib and Dabbledob both go,
Oh no.
and get under a table.
What?
I get under a table.
Can I get on the table too?
I'll try to. Do I still have wings?
You do.
Okay, I try to get under table.
I would.
I mean, it's a gnome table, right? It's tiny.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Callie would
Oh.
grab the cloak again and would just hide below it and just stare at the floor, just thinking about stone floor, stone floor, stone floor, hoping the cloak changes color.
Yeah, it does. It certainly looks like stone. Okay, so everyone gets under the table. These are quite small tables, so give me dexterity checks to see how well you contort yourselves underneath there. You can use acrobatics. If you,
I'm
if you-
sitting next to the table. Do I need to make dex as well?
No. Those are pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I will
that's
let
what I
you.
thought.
If this fits, you can keep it. You do have an advantage if you wanted to use it.
No, I have. I'm a giant man. I don't fit under a gnome table, no matter how I try.
So,
Stick your head in your neck.
Exactly.
the cylinder at the end of the room begins to expand in the center. And Fibblestip under the table, like, turns around. He's picked out some, salad from his pocket, I guess. And just starts chewing on it and is like,
This happens like once every 3 or 4 hours. It'll blow over in a minute, probably.
What is this? What's happening?
Oh, that's the coffee machine.
Oh, you got a coffee machine. But why is it expanding?
Pressure.
Ah,
Oh.
Should we relieve that?
Sometimes it relieves itself. It hasn't exploded yet.
I take my shield off my back and I put that over myself as well.
You see, we're using an experimental automatic pressure valve, which should release pressure when it becomes dangerous. That's what the do sound is that you can hear.
Uh-huh.
Warning signals work?
and the coffee machine explodes. As the room is filled with hot coffee,
Oh god.
you've already made me your acrobatics checks. Most of you guys on the floor should be fine. There's going to be 10 points of damage flying through the room. We'll make some. We'll have some dexterity saves to try and avoid it. No damage on a successful save. Those of you who have advantages, you can use them.
I'm going to use my advantage here.
Are we all doing the saves?
Yes.
I
Okay.
will use my advantage.
Oh, I'm
and
so glad.
Can
I
I?
will give my other advantage because I have 2. Did I see that right?
You do.
Then I will get my other advantage to Navid.
Fantastic. So Naveed didn't need it. Naveed, like a cat, sticks to the top of the table. Maybe, I don't know. There's no coffee on you. Jenna, did you use yours as well?
No. I mean, I did my regular deck save, but
Gosh
I
darn
was gonna
it.
say, can I fly in the air, or is there coffee like in?
You can dodge the coffee that flies through the air in the air if you like. Callie, the cloak just gets really hot. The only thing that gets burnt really is your fingers. But there's 10 points of scalding damage to your fingers there. They go bright red.
Right.
And when the coffee calms down, Dabbledob hops out and is like, "Don't worry, I've got a salve for that."
You don't have fingerprints anymore.
No.
They're seared off.
Callie would have dropped the cloak now, which is wet, full of coffee probably, and just like staring at her hands like, ow. And I'm not sure because I've never played Paladin before this game. Lay on hands I can also do on myself, right?
You can, yeah.
Yeah, so she will just like hide her hands and just like get better, and we'll get hit points back.
Lay on hands for your hands.
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to
Hands
think
are
of a
still red.
I'm trying
but-
to think of a pun to do with hands, but I think that'd be laying it on thick. So we'll carry on.
Ow, my soul.
Fibblestib sort of gets out from under the table and looks at you and says, "Well, that's the first time that's happened."
We were here to see it.
Yep. Okay, 5 items. Let's go.
What do you want?
Do you have any fancy malls?
I've got a mace.
What to do?
Not a lot. Extra damage +1.
Ah. What was that staff? Not the staff. Sorry. That amulet.
Or the clockwork one. Or the fire one.
Clockwork one.
Clockwork one, well, it just literally it predicts movement, so you don't have to actually attack. It just attacks for you. It's quite predictable, the attack, though, so it's not the strongest attack, but it's very consistent. It's almost like if you were rolling a dice before, and you weren't anymore, and you were just taking the middle value all the time.
The arbitrary middle value number. Got it. Huh. Interesting.
Well,
I don't know. You guys pick first.
We would take the hat, Clary, for you.
I think this hat will be very useful. Yes.
We will find nice other clothes that work, maybe
That's-
in the city.
One item.
Navid, the bird thingy for you. I hate you so much.
Yes, that's. I'd like to have that. Yes.
So bird thingy for our friend Navid.
Yep. Avid can have the staff of bird calls, I think I'll call it.
And what do we get for the? I like the mop and
What birds? What birds?
I don't know. We don't mop very often though.
Yeah, but when you do, being able to mop forever with one bucket seems very useful.
I put this question to my players. Do you want the mop of holding with the bucket of holes in the rest of the campaign?
Yes. See, here's the thing. I'm here for one session. Yes. Yes, I do.
You don't have to live with these decisions.
I know. That's why I want it.
Jenna is
problem is
screaming,
I want to see what happens.
and that's how we all die.
Your problem.
That's how the Forgotten Realm
plane.
stopped.
I
Oh god. Okay. Let's get the mop in the bucket.
3.
Just a mop.
Do they come
They
as
come
a
in a
set?
pair.
Yeah, they come
right?
Yeah, they come as a set. Yeah, you can take both of them.
Callie, what are you getting? Do you think? The boots seem kind of cool. For you.
Where do you go?
Sorry, say again.
The cloak. She's torn between the boots and the cloak. She's just like, what do you take, Armin?
I don't know.
See? Chat, help us make decisions.
Help.
Counter
Pretty
argument.
cloak.
Chat, don't help.
Don't listen to God. Honestly, Callie would go with the cloak. Vicky would use the boots because it would help, but Callie is kind of crazy for the cloak now.
Okay, you have the cloak of changeable fashion.
Fun.
I think that's what it's called. Find the card in the next couple of seconds. Bibblestib sort of like pushing the dust towards you all, like it's very many fashions. The cloak of many fashions.
Very, this wonderful, it's dust that you can't see, and it doesn't, it's like dust but better. Sort of removes the need for cleaning altogether.
Does it, when it gets on something, does it also turn it invisible?
Yeah.
That wasn't very confident, yes.
Oh. Would you like it
yes,
too?
It does?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay.
Turns everything invisible. Anything you touch with it. Except for tiles, apparently.
How do you make it not be invisible anymore?
How long does it last?
Well, these are good questions. Diggledog Snagglepuff has been invisible for 4 weeks now. We've tried scrubbing them repeatedly.
Vicky wants that. Callie is like, no, we
I have
shouldn't.
no idea what I would use it on, but
Think of
I
Harry.
do have an idea
I have
what
a-
we can use it on.
I have an idea.
But you don't want to turn Daisy invisible.
I mean, it would be kind of cool.
Yes. But I think
Then it
Ryan would freak people out if he's
Yeah.
going on with an invisible cow.
A cart that pulls itself?
A horseless carriage.
Yeah.
Dee, you had an idea?
It's ridiculous.
Hey.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh no, I don't know. Oh, what were the acid resisting trousers?
Oh, well, they're just... We didn't make them. We're trying to replicate them. They look like they're part of a set. We can't really replicate it. It's, there's acid resistance on them. I don't really know, to be honest.
So you want to keep them?
Well, I'd part with them as part of the deal if you want. And
Yeah.
look at the dust! Look, I'll level with you, alright? The king told me to get rid of it.
The Swiffer thingy could be good for you, Armin.
Can't
Swiffer?
imagine why.
The Presto.
Yeah. Can we
um,
find a way to attach it to my spear?
I also have the pole of collapsing.
What does it collapse?
It's a 10-foot pole.
Itself. So you could put a duster on the end. You've got a 1-foot duster, and then you press a button. You've got a 10-foot duster. For reaching them hard to spot areas, whilst we're obviously working on the the remote gelatinous cube.
True. Oh, I'll get the duster.
Duster of prestidigitation. All right.
It was between the duster or the pants. But
And
let's go with the duster.
and we could come by on another time on this white, non-washable but safe color.
Yeah, well, it'll be next month now, and Fibblestib and Dabbledob are collecting up all the items you didn't pick, putting them together in a pile.
What are you planning to do with them?
Oh, these are rejects.
No.
Well, yeah, that must mean they're defective, so we'll make new ones for next month. We'll get rid of all of these.
Should we get rid of them for you? We're the cleanup crew.
Yeah, we can get rid of them for you.
That's our job. That's why.
Callie,
we're...
make me a
here.
persuasion check.
Can I have?
Gosh darn it! I don't have advantage anymore. I used it all up.
Can I give her my advantage?
You can.
I'm giving her my advantage.
Thank you very much, Michael Wayne, who gifts Cap a subscription. Good to see you, Cap. You have an advantage to gift to a player of your choice.
Thank you so much, Michael Wayne. And
So,
what-
with Armin's advantage, then,
Oh gosh, that was no good.
No, we have to dispose of these things correctly.
But they are working. We are just limited on what we are allowed to pick. They are working. Don't throw them out.
Well, no, we're not going to throw them out. We'll just store them for now. We've got regulations to live by, you know. Oh, big wind noise there. The crafters of shields and no, wait, not shields. I can even remember this blaming acronym. It's the crafters of service helpfulness. That's the ones. Kosh. They've got regulations that we need to follow.
Okay. Okay.
Writing
If
it down.
you need a team for cleaning up these things and getting rid of them, you know, you can just ask Philip. That's the thing the cleanup crew can do.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah, as long as, but Phil does need to get a Kosh, like, you know, Kosh training before we can go ahead with that.
We will talk to him about that. Maybe he will be interested in it.
Koshko?
Kosh training.
Fantasy Koshko, where all your dreams come true.
Okay, Kosh. Okay, but means we have all we need.
It's very late.
Yeah, we should probably
It
get going.
is Probably Brian's waiting outside. Could you show us out?
Yeah, of course. Dabbledob, do you want to take them this time? Yeah, by all means, I'll take them out. Okay, come on.
Thank you, Mr. Fibblestip.
You're welcome. Catch you later.
And on the way out, I want to try out the staff of bird screeches.
what kind of bird song would you like to make?
What was it? Eagle, raven, goose. Oh, I'll take the goose. Of course, I'll take the goose.
Yeah. Honk! Nah.
I love it.
That is so cool.
As you are walking out of the lab, behind you there is a sound a lot like a fireball that goes off. And, Armin.
It hurts me.
It hurts.
It hurts so bad.
But well, we got at least something. We got the mop and bucket of destruction.
Oh no,
The rungs of the ladder are freed up, and Brian waits at the bottom. Brian waiting with in the now much heavier rain with his black and white cow.
That looks really sporty.
It's got some. Make me a performance check, Armin, for your. No, or a medicine check. We can go for veterinary stuff.
All right. That's that. Yeah, I have a better score there. Fingers crossed.
Okay, 16. It looks nearly like a leg warmer.
Yeah.
Bit sporty.
Yeah.
Daisy looks at you, smiling as much as cows can smile. Still chewing that lettuce you gave her some hours ago.
Are you coming or what? It's like really late. You said you were only going to be a couple of hours.
Sorry,
Sorry.
had some problems. Callie is looking at her skin again. Is she still blue?
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
And Armin, you can still fly.
That
Still
is
wings?
cool. Well,
I would have asked them like, is this gonna wear off or are they?
Probably.
if
Well,
not,
that's
I
gonna
have
get
to
complicated.
come back to get my skin color back. You turned from blue to normal after you ate something.
She holds up some of the sludge.
You can try.
Sure, Callie will definitely try. She has
Anyone
well,
else
whatever.
want to try for a last roll on the Nomagarden magic table?
Yep.
Nope.
D20s if you're eating it.
Yep. It's free food. That's Barry doesn't turn down free food.
So in the darkness outside, Callie, tiny, almost insubstantial motes of blue light that match your skin begin shining all around you, casting a 10-foot radius of a 10-foot radius of blue light and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
Callie is cursing in the worst
Infernal.
tiefling infernal speech. Is it infernal?
Yep.
Clary,
I can understand
And
you.
it's just like trying to go away.
Clary on a 6. What a wonderful fudge cake with bacon.
Eat it. I mean, yeah, sounds delicious.
Yeah, nice enough.
Oh goodness.
With your new items, Brian gets the cart moving.
I honk a few times.
See, Naveed? This was all worth it, right?
Yeah, actually, it wasn't that bad. Maybe I could get used to it. No, I probably
should-
not.
You should put your name back in the hat for next week.
Ah, think about it.
Well, I'm sure Philip will always invite you back in if you want to. We did a probably successful job. And just by the way, don't show Philip what you got. Just in case.
Oh,
Just keep
You-
it for yourself.
okay. I mean, it's my cane now. So
True. It
Yep.
just changed as
Yep.
everything changed when we were there.
Yep.
Great.
Just
I mean,
chaos.
Armin has butterfly wings now. Like, those are really nice looking.
I know they're really pretty. I just have to figure out how to put my armor on.
Carefully.
I'm
And
glowing.
It's gonna get complicated if we ever. I don't know the phrase for leveling up, but if we ever proceed to an arbitrary number assigned to getting stronger, and I suddenly have the ability to use my ASMR wings.
You have both.
Never ever in this game life.
Gonna be weird.
On the way back, Kelly would sit at the back looking out, glowing, and she would look out for the spider. She would be like just a little bit pouting, still muttering and cursing, and would look out if she
Yeah.
can find the beautiful spider.
Armin's looking for the spider too, because
We'll have some perception checks. And whilst you're making those perception checks, it occurs to me that since you haven't had to use your Azamar wings and not use any spell slots or anything, I guess these are butter-free wings.
that hurt. I love it.
Good boy.
Oh, Lord.
Good boy.
That was a great one. I got distracted.
Pro better than I did. No.
Oh, Jenna,
All
it's
of my spider checks, I've just rolled.
nat
the same
ones. Nat ones.
before.
And,
Today is not a good day.
Callie,
Yeah.
going through the forest,
Mhm.
you see this spider several times, or you see several spiders, you're not sure. Always just
would
in
just-
view and then moving out of view.
The moment she sees, she will just wave, and we'll keep on looking because she just thinks these spiders look so pretty.
I'm doing the same thing I did when we got up there. It's like, is that a hair? Is that a spider web?
The rain may not be pleasant to travel through, but it also makes travel pleasant. It takes a dedicated robber or highwayman to stand in the rain for hours, much more likely to happen on sunny days. And so your journey home is somewhat clear. Although you do see a guard passing by on a horse at one point with a torch, just doing a patrol. Sort of takes note of you all and Daisy. We arrive back at the lodge. And there Phil waits.
Oh, you're back later than I thought. Hello, everyone.
Could Kelly just jump out of the wagon and run in front of Philip, just like, look what happened to me, trying to distract him that he's not looking at Daisy.
Oh, my goodness, Callie, you're positively glowing.
That's a way to see it. Philip
Um,
did
have
this
wings.
to me.
I open the wings so he can't see behind me.
Right, okay, look, before we even start, I warn you all every week, you two especially, but it goes for you two as well back there. Our insurance doesn't cover magical items, so anything that happened, I mean, that's on you.
Yeah.
I know, the others are fine. It's just us.
Yeah, everything went very smoothly, all things considered.
Clary,
we
where have your
brought-
eyebrows gone? Is there an incident that needs to be reported?
The coffee maker in Nomergon exploded through no fault of ours.
Okay, so...
We were just there at the wrong time when it exploded.
Entry 2815. Nomagon collection coffee maker exploded. Is that
Yep.
reasonable? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Was there damage?
There was a lot of
We got-
coffee everywhere.
I got burned. Her hands are still red.
Burns sustained.
Yes.
I'll have to try and put a look across action in there, try and prevent it from happening in the future. Anything
Well-
else to report?
I have a question.
Sure.
What was the thing you removed?
I asked you not to ask questions, Armin.
We didn't bring it up,
They told us.
and I was.
They said if you ever say you will bring the thing back, we would get more items of them.
Oh, but that
we
would
didn't
be
ask them, but we are asking you now.
that would be
be a friend,
blackmail.
Philip.
That wouldn't
Yeah.
happen. That would be against the law.
Right.
I think so, but we would want to know what's the thing.
We were just curious about the thing.
I sent a
What's
team to save them from a terrible monster.
What was
Is
the monster? Now I'm
what
curious.
What kind of monster?
Does the monster now work for the cleanup crew?
No. You probably won't see its like again. I mean, this was, what gave us the confidence to take on the mission at the mines of Fandelver. That team, there won't be another like it.
Excuse me?
Can I make an insight check?
Yes.
See if he's
Sure. Make me an insight
dancing
check.
around the truth, because I feel like he is. Come on, I'm sucking today.
Telling the truth.
Gosh darn it. Philip is too good for us.
All right, Philip, you're just
We were just curious.
curious.
But we brought you a bucket and a mop for
Oh.
cleaning jobs. The only instruction we have, never put the mop into the bucket.
yeah.
It will
That's
have
that they were very adamant about that.
disastrous probably
Why not?
results, but the mop can hold all the dirt of the world, and this can take all the dirt of the world.
Yeah.
But why can't you put them up in the bucket?
They said something disastrous would happen or something like that.
You mean you went and
You
asked a
told-
bunch of questions about a monster, but you didn't ask about the things you actually brought back?
We are asking you the questions. We didn't ask them because you told us not to ask them questions. They just said don't do it, and it sounded sincere
Yeah.
that we just shouldn't do it.
I
But
think we should put a grate on there so the mop can't get in the bucket. But the water can still get through. You know?
You could also put dirt into the bucket still without any problems.
Yeah.
If you need to. We
That
thought
would be
that
pretty
would
great.
be pretty great things to help for
Ah.
cleaning.
Yes, it would help. That would be fantastic. Yes. Okay, good. Well, okay, good. That's useful. It sounds useful. What else have we got?
I got this cool duster.
Nice. Oh, what does it do?
It's a Presto duster.
Oh,
It-
I'm impressed. Agitated.
That was a good one.
No, then anyway.
I got the cloak here too. That can change into whatever you think about, and I'm just thinking about I'm glowing, so I'm not sure if the cloak would glow as well.
It does glow. It doesn't give off light. It's more of a sensory effect, but
Yeah. So that might be helpful. You can think of rocks, and then you can hide under it and look like a rock.
Yeah, helpful for hiding from adventurers while
Yeah.
you're cleaning.
ooh, hey, now that I couldn't see how it would be useful until you said that. Thank you. That's perfect. Right.
Would also be helpful hiding from Harry. Maybe if he can't see you, he will not attack you.
I don't think Harry sees.
But
Doesn't
he has
really
no
have eyes.
nose. He can smell.
I honestly don't know anything about Harry. I don't know how he moves around.
Yeah.
Well, we maybe one day can try. And that's what we got. They said 3 items. We basically got 4 out of the deal. So
Yeah, that's great bargaining on your point. Well done, everyone. I'll tell you what, here's 8 gold each, as we said, and also here's 3 coppers from me as well. You get your first beer on me free for making a good deal. I won't be joining you in the city this evening. I'm going to stay back and get some paperwork done. We need to get the necessary forms written out for these new equipments, add them to the stock list, and all of that stuff.
okay.
Yeah, speaking
Alright.
of paperwork, could you sign me like a certificate that I did this mission?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, and of
That
course,
would
and of
be
course.
perfect.
Congratulations, Clary and Navid, you are now level 2. Well done. I'll get you a certificate to give you that. You are now a level 2 employee, and you are now able to take on level 2 missions. Well done. And here is a certificate to say as such.
Thank you. I'm kidding. I'm quitting.
Well, this pays better than any job I've ever had, so if you need me again, just let me know.
I will keep that in mind, Clary. Thank you very much. Anyway, I better go and get started on this stuff, so have a good night in the city.
We will, I think, join the others.
Yep.
And we will return later. If it's okay. You sure you don't want to join us, Philip?
Oh, no, I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I'll leave the bucket and the mop here. She will put the bucket in one corner and
Oh,
the mop
yeah.
in another room, just to make
Like
clear.
a sign on it.
And a sign would be good. She would use a piece of paper, just like, do not put mop in bucket, and hang it onto the bucket.
Armin adds a little skull and crossbones, because they're like little like warning symbols to show it's serious.
And as Brian takes you all back to the city,
Oh no. Oh no.
we're going to pan away from the group to a trophy room window that overlooks the road. As Philip stands looking at the road, watching you all leave, takes off his glasses and sets them down on the windowsill. As Toby approaches and sits next to him, his hand idly strokes its lid. Might need you to get rid of one more, Toby. And that's where we're going to end this week's session.
Okay.
Let's remake. Don't do that. We liked Philip.
Oh,
Oh my god! I'd be screaming if the microphone worked so close. Oh my god! What did I say so long ago? Plot twist. Philip's the bad guy.
You don't know that.
Boy. Oh boy.
getting rid of the mop and bucket.
Stay in the city and never come back. Yeah, I know. Pigeon talk.
Well, everyone, if you've joined us from the D&D channel, thank you very much. Enjoy your Todd Talk, which will be starting in a few minutes. We'll be back next week with more Cleanup Crew. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along. We're going to go around and say hello to everyone, see where we can find you and all those good things. Let's go the other way around this time and start with Jenna. Jenna, hey, how you doing?
Hello! Ah! Oh gosh. I'm doing okay. You can find me at Aspiring DM on Twitter or littledragonscribbles.com and on Instagram. And hopefully when my bag gets here from the airport, I can upload those notes from the past 3 games. So, yeah. Ah. My soul hurts.
Good. Next around, we have Newfie. Newfie, hi, Fee.
You can find me at on Twitter under Knofi.
Oh, no, sorry.
And that's it. And I had that was this was fun. I love the staff of Goosongs. I want this so badly. Yeah, thank you very much.
No, you're welcome, and that is genuine. That is a legitimate thing. I'm telling you. Okay. Staff of Bird Calls. There it is. From the Essential Starter Kit. It's a good kit. Good kit. You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming along today. Next round we have Comeda's Kyle.
Hey, I'm Kamades. You can find me at Kamades on Twitter I occasionally post stuff and also things. Thank you so much for having me on. It was a lot of fun. I also know how to cast like 2 spells now, so that's great.
Woohoo!
Well, Clary does. I don't.
Did the thing, and you know how to activate the Jumper of Warmth.
Exactly. And I know that with my half-orc resilience, I didn't even die this time.
That was a good move, that. Half-Orc, possibly a popular race selection for the cleanup crew.
You know
Yeah,
what?
At
I love it.
least at
It's
the
the
low
bounce back.
level. Yeah, it's just a bounce back when
It's
you
like one of
use
those things
squishy.
where you punch it and it goes.
Yep. Thank you so much,
Yep.
Kyle. Last but most certainly not least, Vicky.
How dare, Scrat? How dare torture? No, it was
Everything's just.
wonderful. It was fun as always. Thank you so much, Cam and Fee, for joining our insanity. Even if it wasn't a dungeon this time, but Gnome Insanity was even more fun. And yeah, I still hope Callie turns black again. I'm not sure blue is her color. If I'm staying blue, Jenna, you have work to do. You need new
No,
art.
I'll change the levels on the color thing for your skin.
Okay. thank you
Literally,
for
they
what you
just
do.
those drawings just got published by the Wizards D&D on Twitter as well.
Really?
Yeah, their
Yes.
tweet today included.
I'll tweak some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's the initial version to the now version because now Armin also probably needs butterfly wings. Yeah, it was fun. Looking forward to more and to figure out what the hell Philip is doing. And now I feel really bad that we left the mop and the bucket behind. But well, we will see.
That's how we all die. Just get sucked into a portal to the astral plane.
So be it.
Well, that just leaves me, and who knows what's going to happen with the last few sessions. I mean, there's
Oh,
a
God.
bunch of places we haven't been yet. I mean, I'm sure I can, I'm sure that Phil won't send the people anywhere dangerous.
I don't trust you anymore.
No, I trusted Philip so far. I didn't trust Toby, but well, I trusted Toby in the beginning.
The best thing about that is just for you players, because your characters are none the wiser.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
With that,
so
here are my
good.
closing links. Check out all the places you can find us, including my Discord, Patreon, YouTube, Twitter, Redbubble, Streamlabs, all wonderful places you can support us. Come and talk to us, interact with us and our community. Also check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press, who make this all possible. And also, as of today, also check out the deck of many things, specifically at the moment promoting their animated spell cards, which are cards that literally cast spells as you move them around. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. We will be going on a raid. I like this raid cry of "My soul hurts."
It fits well.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
That's what happened when all those magic items burnt up. Ugh.
yeah. So we're gonna go and raid. Let's go and raid. We are Nerdsmith. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you in an hour and a half for the Choir of Elements. We'll be back next week for more Cleanup Crew. Until then, keep on evoking emotions, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.